I love spice cakes. They're perfect for this time of year. When the air is crisp and you're just craving that holiday taste, they're great. You can use them for Thanksgiving dessert or around Christmas time, any sort of holiday this time of year. They're perfect. And I have a keto version for you today that is delicious and moist. It has the perfect amount of spice, and it's topped with a keto cream cheese frosting too. So keep watching to see how to make it. To start, we're gonna bloom our spices, which really intensifies the flavor and gets that spice aroma going. We're gonna melt down some butter in a saucepan until it gets that nutty aroma, and then we'll add our spice mixture to it and mix that around for about 15 seconds. I'll leave it the description below on what spice combination I use here. The whole recipe is linked down below though. Then we're gonna remove it from the heat and we'll come back to it later. Up next is our dry ingredients, which we have almond flour, coconut flour, and a combination of salt, baking powder, and baking soda. So just add that in, and then we're gonna mix it all together until it's combined, and then set it aside. We'll come back to it later too. Now on for some wet ingredients. I have 2 eggs right here and 3 egg yolks. And then we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and whisk that together until it's all combined. And then in a separate bowl, sorry for the multiple dishes here guys, I promise that's not the usual for me. We're gonna add some softened butter and then our sweeteners, which is swerve and golden monk fruit, or you can use golden swerve if you want to. And then a little bit of molasses flavoring, which just really adds to it, but you could always leave it out, it's optional, or just add maple flavoring if you have that too. And then mix that together until it's all combined. And then here comes that lovely buttered spice mixture that we made earlier. You're just gonna spoon that in. And then I add a little bit of ginger too. This is freshly grated ginger. If you don't want to use fresh, you can use powdered too. And then pour in your egg mixture. And I just kind of do it a little bit at a time, mixing it up and then adding some more egg in too. Now onto the dry ingredients, we add that in a little bit at a time, mixing it up, add some more dry ingredients, mix it up until you've added all the ingredients all together. And then at the very end here, I add a little bit of buttermilk. You could use yogurt if you wanted to, but this just will combine with the baking soda to help the cake rise a little bit more. And so now we're on to our cake pans. So here I've already prepared my cake pans. I have 3 of them. It's just greased with a little circle of parchment paper pressed in. But this is enough for 3 little small cakes. And so you just spoon your cake batter in. And now remember, keto baked goods don't rise very well. So you actually want to pack it more closer to the top. I'd say about like 3/4 or so to the top. And then we're gonna bake that in the oven at about 350 for about 25-30 minutes or so until it's nice and golden on top and it almost has like a firm jello-like consistency. It hardens the more that it cools. And this is what it should look like. Once they've cooled a little bit, you put it on a wire rack, and we're just gonna cut off the bottoms and the tops so that it's a nice even layer, and so it will make our cake really pretty when we go to frost it. So now onto that keto cream cheese frosting. I have some butter that's softened, and we're gonna use confectioner's swerve here, and a brick of cream cheese. And I forgot to tell you, you want to reserve a ½ teaspoon of that spice so you can mix it in here. And vanilla too we add, and then mix that all together until it's nice and fluffy and has really doubled in size. Don't be afraid to mix it for like 5 to 7 minutes here. The more you mix it, the better, the more fluffier it is. And then we're just gonna frost our cake. I'm just doing a double layer cake here, and I put in the center layer, add on my top, and then I frost around. And so if you want to get all fancy with it, you can just do like a crumb layer of frosting and then stick it in the fridge for half an hour or so and then come back to it and do a final layer of frosting after that. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to cake decorating, so mine might look a little wonky, so don't judge me. But actually you're probably wondering what is happening to that third layer that I made. I'm actually saving that, and I'm going to show you guys how to make cake pops with it later. So throw it in a Ziploc bag and save it for later. I'm just going to top this with some almonds. You could top it however you want, whatever nut you want. Pipe out some frosting, go crazy. I hope you enjoyed this cake video. I'm going to be coming out with some more holiday recipes coming up here in the next few months, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite holiday dessert is.